So in this video I want to talk about how the tonic herbs purify and release what I call psychic baggage. Another word for this could be karma, it could be negative karma, it could be negative thoughts, negativity in general. Depending on how you want to word it, it's all pretty much the same thing. There are tonic herbs that you can take that can facilitate the process of burning these things up and letting them go, and stopping that wheel of attracting the same thing over and over. Now, preceding that obviously has to be somewhat of an intention to do so, somewhat of an energy to move in that direction. If you have no desire to move in that direction and you are completely rigid and not open, obviously your results are going to be hindered. But the more you work with yourself, the more you can set goals and set the inertia and have these other things in balance, the easier, the quicker, and the faster it'll be. So when I say psychic baggage, what do I mean? I look at this on a couple different levels. There's an emotional level, there's a physical level, and there's obviously a mental level. So the mental, psychological would be like negative thoughts, negative beliefs, things like that. But that will correspond to a certain part of your organ, because certain organs in your body store certain emotions. So let's say you have a lot of anger and hatred and frustration, and you just keep attracting these things into your life. Well, that probably means that you're storing that in your liver. So it's kind of like, you can look at it kind of like a magnetic thing. If you have this thing stored in your liver, it's wanting to come out, it's wanting to be released. So it's going to pull things to it to allow it to come out. So since the tonic herbs work on your organs physically and tone them up and cleanse them and strengthen them, then whatever's of a low vibration, or whatever's hindering the energy flow, or whatever's impeding the nourishment of that organ will be kind of broken up and let go. That's on the physical level, but since the organs store emotions, that will have effects on the physical, or not on the physical, but on the mental, emotional level, because the mind and the body, the organs, the emotions, it's one and the same thing. Now, when you change your thoughts, it changes your organs. When you change your organs, it can change your thoughts, vice versa. So, what are the herbs that are best for doing this? First one that comes to mind is obviously reishi mushroom. It's by far the top herb for doing this. It's protective. It's called a shin stabilizer, so it can take these emotions that I'm talking about and stabilize them, so they're not so excessive, they're not so running around, but can also kind of let them go, purify them, detoxify them, and then also help you to grow and see the higher level. So, oftentimes how this works is that you're in a situation and you always respond in this same way. You see, it's a groove. Here's the situation, here's you, and there's a straight line between it. So it's been my experience that taking reishi, you can see that same path, you can see that same groove, but you can also see alternatives. You can see other ways of getting there, other ways of going around it, going above it, going below it, bypassing it, turning around and going the other direction. You can see all these other options, and you can say, hey, you know what? I don't have to respond in this same way that I've always responded. Sure, this situation might be annoying, but I don't have to flip out. I don't have to let this annoyance or frustration or this anger or whatever it is completely consume me. I can see it, I see it's there, but I can react a little differently. I can handle this differently, and from that, you automatically disempower that habit, and it's much easier to take it to a higher level the next time. And then eventually what happens is that thing is just not even showing up anymore. It's just totally gone, because you've broken the links and you found other ways around it. You found ways above it, below it, beside it, whatever. And that's happened to me personally with reishi, where I had a real sweet tooth, a real kind of sugar addiction a lot back in the day of when I first started. And I can remember being on a lot of reishi, of course, and reaching for something. I don't remember what it was. It may have just been some sort of like cookies or something junk like that. So I grabbed it, and as I held it in my hand, it just like an electrocution or a shock of energy or something just shot up my hand, and my brain popped off, and this situation unfolded, and I saw why I felt emotionally so much like I needed that thing, and I saw back to the original moment when I imprinted the addiction to that, and I thought, whoa. And then it gave me the understanding of the how, the why, and then from that I could just say, hey, well, this is, why I need this, so how else can I fulfill this need in a healthier way? Okay, I can fulfill this need in this way, and it's a lot healthier and it's a lot easier to do, so I'll do that, and then switch it over, so that the reishi really helped me get the understanding to see the whole picture of the situation, and to see that, hey, I don't have to keep doing this. I can make a change, I can make another choice, and it's easy and it's okay, and I can do it. And just opening that door and opening that possibility, that potential for change, is really, what it takes, because it's my belief that really the universe is conspiring on our behalf. It's really wanting to support us, but through our lack of attention or energy or whatever you want to call it, we hinder that flow, or we hinder that process. So it's just something I wanted to put out there about how the tonic herbs can help us to eliminate psychic baggage and really cleanse our aura, cleanse our organs, cleanse our thoughts and emotions. When I say cleanse, I don't necessarily mean in a very puritanical or evil kind of a way. I just mean if we have a thought and it's not giving us the result that we want to ultimately change that to something that we do want. So that's what I'm saying. So the herbs can help us, eliminate and minimize the negative and accentuate and empower the positive. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.